Hello everyone and welcome back to our YouTube channel Learning Pocket. So in the previous video we have done almost all the UI front-end parts, that is we have styled our to adding the data, that we have styled or fetching the data page, and we have styled our navbar. Okay, so in this video what we are going to see, we will be fetching data from our MongoDB and we will display it on the all jobs page, right? So for that I have to open my server folder and I have to start my server also. Okay, so let me open it in VS Code and I'll start the server by using simply npm start, right? So I'll write npm start and it will open the server and connect it to the database, right? And next we need next I will open my front end part, and for fetching my API I have to create one folder in src named, let's suppose, service, and in this I'll create a file name api.js, right? And I'll close all this navbar, app.js, home.js, and add jobs. Okay, so I'll need these two files only, api.js and all jobs.js. so in api.js, for getting the API from that backend that we have created, we will have to use one npm package, that is axios, for connecting the API. So I'll just install it, npm i axios, using the command npm i axios, and it will install it. So now I will import it here, import axios from axios, right? And next I'll make one URL, const URL is equals to http:/localhost:5000 and /jobs. This is the URL for of our backend database that we have got from the backend. Let me show you. This is running on port 5000 and we have connected using /jobs in the app index.js, right? So this is my const URL, and now I will make some functions that I'll use in all jobs.js, right? So I'll make export const and then get jobs function, get jobs, right? And I'll pass id and then I'll return await. Okay, I'll have to use async and await as it will be asynchronous call. So async id and return await axios dot get, and I'll use template string and then I'll write in dollar and then curly braces, then URL, right? And after that I'll write slash, and then I will need id also, right? So I'll define id is equals to whether id or it will be null string. If I'll be null, then it will give me all data. If I am with my ID, then it will be giving me with the data of that particular ID, right? So I'll have to import ID also using $id, right? That's it for this, and let's get jobs is done now. Now I'll go to all jobs.js, and I have deleted one card that I have added for showing you. Now I'll use states, right? So const let's suppose jobs and set job, right? So const job and set job, that I'm using use state, and that will be an array. This is for storing my data that is coming from the database. So this is an array. So I'll have to import use state also. So for importing use state, I will go to the top and I'll import it using use state from React. That's it. And now I'll make one function, const get all jobs is equals to okay, and for this I'll use return response is equals to await. I'll have to use again async and await, as it will be a synchronous call, async await, and then I'll need as I'll call that function that I have created in api.js, that is get jobs, right? Get jobs, and it is auto imported, right? If I'm not wrong, yes, it is auto imported from here, from service API, right? And I have used return response equals to await get jobs, and that I'll pass this data, then I'll pass the response to this set job function, and from this set job function it will be passed on to this job, right? So in set job I'll be setting it to response.data. That's it, response.data. Yes, that's fine. And I'll have to now use I'll now have to use effect, that is React hook. What is it? It will get triggered when component changes. It renders when the component changes. It renders its data, or it gets rendered when the component changes, when the component will be rendered, right? So I'll have to use const use effect. No, sorry, I can't use const, so I'll simply use effect, and I don't need these returns. I simply call my function get all jobs. That's it, and I'll pass this as input as empty, right? This is use effect, and I'll have to import use effect also from React. So use effect, use effect, that's it. And if I'm not wrong, I don't have any response is not defined. Okay, let me check. Response is not defined. Okay, I have made one mistake. It is not it is a variable of response, right? So let response is supposed to await get jobs. Now it is working fine. Also, for showing the data, I'll have to use map, right? So I'll have to use map now. So for mapping the data, I'll be using this curly braces. I'll pass this whole grid in that curly braces, right, for particular document, and then I'll paste it, and I'll format it, right? After this I'll use jobs.map, right? So I'll use now jobs.map, jobs.map. Then I'll pass one item, and this item will be, sorry, that's it. And now I'll copy paste this grid in this, Control X, and I'll paste this in here. That's it. And now I'll give the title as not MERN Stack. I'll give it as item dot title, right? And for description as item dot description, and time as item dot time. That's it. Jobs is not defined. Where? Okay, jobs dot, okay, this is job, right? I'm using this job feature. Let me set it as jobs and set jobs, right? And set jobs here also, and I'll have to use jobs now, because we are getting an array of data that is that are a lot of data, right? So I think I don't have any error now. Let me refresh it, all jobs, and I'm not getting any error. I'm not getting any data. Let me check it first why I'm not getting any data. So in all jobs, I think, okay, I'm not getting any data because because in MongoDB I have no data. Also, I've made one mistake. I've used curly braces here, so make sure to use small brackets here, and also closing bracket, right? So let me first add one data to the database using Postman, and then we will fetch that data from that MongoDB. So let me open my Postman here, and I'll pass this data post, right? I'll pass the same data of MERN Stack, and I'll send it, and it says the job created successfully. Let me go to the browser and just quickly refresh it, and I'm getting the data. That is, I'm getting this from my database. MERN Stack 2 months is a MERN Stack job, and I'm fetching, I'm giving this. Let's change it to MERN Stack. Okay, MERN Stack, and then this is a MERN Stack data. Okay, right, send it, and then I'll refresh the browser, and then I'll have 2 jobs, right? So that's awesome. That's, we are getting the data from the backend, right? And now in the very next video we will be going to add the data using the form that we have created using this form, right? So I hope you have got how we can fetch the data from the MongoDB and how we can display it to the front end part, and how we can use our API that we have created in the backend part, and how we can use to make how you can use the API on different ports and different URLs, that in the backend we have running on port 5000, and in front end we are running on port 3000, right? So that we can do using cross cores, that is cross origin resource sharing. And yeah, this is for the all jobs that we have fetched the data from the MongoDB. Also, if you like this video, do hit the like button, and if you find any difficulty in fetching this data or in any of the previous videos, just comment down below. We will definitely be help you out there. And just share this series with your friends, and so that they can be benefited with this MERN Stack that is trending technology right now. Also, don't forget to subscribe our channel and hit the bell notification to be on. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. Till then, bye bye, take care.